Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Darksiders. In the last episode we defeated the Bat Queen Tiamat, and obtained her heart and gave it to Samael. In return we got a couple of things. We got information on where we need to go next, we need to take on the Griever, the second chosen, and we need to confront Ulthane, the Black Hammer, who is one of the old ones, in order to get there. We are also granted the ability to use our Chaos form again, which I'll be showing off certainly at some point this episode. I'm also hoping to just reap a few more souls from just like killing enemies along the way, because there is something else I want to buy from Vulgrim, and I'd rather buy it sooner rather than later, but we'll just see whether that happens or not. So the way we need to go now has been opened up by getting the crossblade. Can I get souls out of these things? Oh, not with that attitude I can't. Oh no, because I haven't got Ravager on anymore. God damn it. Anyway, well, we'll just... sucks to be me for now. I was going to buy a Wrath Shard, and one more Wrath Shard would be enough to get another Wrath Core, which would put us on to 4, which would be wonderful. But we'll just have to wait for that, I guess. Let's kill you. So, here, using the Crossblade, we have an inert bomb spore, and we have a gas pipe that's leaking fire. With the two of them, we can break through this crystal, and proceed to areas we couldn't get to before. So, we're now in the kind of what... as I said last episode, someone in the comments described as the kind of tunnel-like sections between... time for a blue fire golem, and a wonderful chance to test out Chaos form. Note the Chaos meter in the top left next to our health. That will just drain continuously. You can do whatever the fuck you want while it's up, and your damage is, as you can see, absolutely ludicrous. But once that meter runs out... once that meter runs out, back to normal war you go. That meter is charged by every blow you land with Chaos Eater, charge it up a little bit. Having Whirlwind combo, as I'm using here, is super nice because it charges Chaos ridiculously fast. So, yeah. I would basically just try and use Chaos Eater until your Chaos meter is charged. Chaos Eater, Chaos meter. Sounds great, doesn't it? And then just hang on to the Chaos until you have an enemy which you particularly want to take down, then fire up Chaos form. You see how it works. Anyway, we're standing on this massive fan blade here, and it's not moving, and that's something we need to sort out. There is one below, which is definitely moving. But if we follow this little path around to the left, yeah, this is one of the like tunnel-like paths between areas. And I must agree that they're not particularly exciting, but some of them are kind of cool looking. But the real strength of this game is in its dungeons, definitely. Like, we just finished the Twilight Cathedral, and I think that was great. That was the point at which I was like, this game still explosions going off. In real life, it's still Diwali. Yeah, the Twilight Princess, good one. Twilight Cathedral was definitely the point where I was like, oh, this game is actually grabbed my attention. And the rest of the dungeons are also pretty good. This next one, it's called the Griever's Tunnels. What's it called? The Hollows. This next one is pretty decent as well. They're all good. Without an exception, I was going to say. Well, one of them, it's not that it's not good, it's just not a dungeon in the traditional sense, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Let's mince through some of these dudes. And you can see we've nearly got Chaos Form charged again. Let's finish off him. I believe using Finishing Blows also charges it, just anything. Maybe not. I don't know. Either way, if we come round here, you'll notice on the map, there's a little kind of nubbin to the right here, which contains a blue soul chest and a blue fire golem in front of it. Oh, damn it. Oh, I got tricked. I thought it was saying B action to do like... oh, bugger. I thought B action was meaning do like a finishing blow. Might as well show off at this point. That wasn't what I want to show off. What I want to show off is Immolation. So this is our new breath power that we can obtain. If I fire it up, we set on fire. And now enemies near us will take fire damage. I see that guy's just been set on fire. Obviously the fire golem is not setting on fire particularly well because he's already on fire. But we also do additional damage, we're doing additional fire damage, and anyone nearby us is getting scorched. All of this is pretty good, and as you can see it drains wrath while active. Quite a lot of wrath while active. So let's turn it off. And I've drained most of my wrath, but wrath is something to be used. There's no point sitting and holding on to wrath. Anyway, welcome to the Drowned Pass. And this is potentially a very confusing area because it's got like 3 layers. It's got an upper layer, a lower layer, and an underwater layer. So, as you can see, the map is looking a bit mental. If we hop down here, and turn around and immediately come back the way we came, we find this kind of little waterfall cavern, which has a soldier artifact in it. I'm going to gather a few more things before kind of proceeding on. Ooh, demon fish! Demon fish! Yes, welcome to... Oh, Chaos Eater level up. Wonderful. Yeah, a bit more underwater combat here, but it's just... A bit of underwater combat. We've never done underwater combat before, but it's just as simple as hitting X. You can't L-target or anything like that. Combat is a lot simpler. If we come through here, we emerge here, and there is a new type of enemy up here. Introducing the Shadowcaster. There's also, as you can see, there's now higher level demon soldiers. They fight the same as other demon soldiers. The Shadowcaster, as you can see, makes these black portals appear, like geysers appear, which throw you up into the air, which can be really annoying. So I'm going to kill her nice and quickly with Chaos Form. Wow, even just appearing in Chaos Form killed most of them. Let's just finish her off. Leather, leather, leather. Wonderful. Oh, I was going to use a finishing blow on her, but I actually opened up the chest and got a piece of Bloodforged Abyssal Armor, which is wonderful. That's interesting. See if you can work out what that is. It will become relevant later, well, become clear later in this episode. Round to the side here is a relatively missable blue chest as well. Now, got one more thing to gather in this area before heading off, so let's swim back to the central area. Oh, fishy fish! And you'll see there are two... Oh, you can dash well underwater, by the way. There's this kind of flooded building here, and there is actually a soldier artifact inside it. Can I not fit through there? I can't fit through there. I can see a demon fish behind me. Or maybe he can't fit through. Oh, he can totally fit through there. Ugh, demon fish really don't do much damage to you. They're just a slight, low-level, irritating menace. If you swim through here, and then up the stairs... Oh, there we go. You will get a second soldier artifact, which is great. Now, what we need to do is proceed to the point that is weirdly currently not marked on the map. Maybe we need to be at the surface for it. There we go. Over there is our kind of main goal. We've gathered everything we can in this area for now. I'm switching to my Earthcaller horn, which should tell you something about what we're about to approach. Indeed, it's another Tormented Gate. Let's wake it up with a blast from the old horn.
Forgive me, friend. I would grant you passage were it within my power. Do for me what you have done for my brethren, and I will hinder you no more.
There must be another way.
The curse must be broken. Then you may pass.
Find where these shadow lurkers hide and kill them all. They can't be that hard to find.
So it's time once again for the Shadow Realm. So we have 4 lurkers to kill, much like back when we were in the... what's it called? The Choking Grounds. And these 4 are a similar kind of concept. A little bit more interesting, arguably a little bit more difficult. Our first arena's here. Let's go. So, challenge number 1 is Counter Killer. Kill 5 enemies using only Brock and projectile counterattacks within the time limit. Bonus souls will be rewarded for any time on the clock. Haven't really even shown block counter off yet, so this will be useful. My advice here, rough the enemies up to the point where... There you go. Now, you gotta wait a bit closer than what I did there. And there we go. There's your block counter timing. If you just do a normal block counter to them, it won't necessarily kill them, so rough them up to the point where you can land an ending blow on them, and then just do your counter, and you'll take them out nice and quickly. I think I cocked that one up because someone else was attacking me. Come on, swing at me. Damn, it was too soon on that one. The timing is kind of when they're basically mid-swing, so there, we'll do it nicely. And you notice you get the little slow-mo thing, which tells you that you've done it right. Oh, that guy was mid-spawn, and he just suddenly appeared. Right, hit me. And bam! That's 3. Wonderful. This one is really very straightforward. And it's just, it's, oh, bugger. And this is what I mean when I kind of say that these things are actually quite nice combat tutorials in disguise. That's basically, at this point, you might have, if you're anything like me, not actually used block counters. So this is nice for actually teaching you how to do it. It does throw you harder enemies as you go on, so really just do it on the basic demon soldiers, and you save yourself a lot of hassle, and as you can see, earn a fucking crap ton of souls. Let's take out the Watcher. And, oh, we can heal up nicely here, because I've been low on Wrath since using Immolation earlier this episode. And let's heal up health as well, and head back to the regular realm. Now, we need to head back onto the cliff that we were walking on before we jump down here. Now, from up here, we can see where some of the other ones are. There's one to the right, left there, which we can't get at from up here. We actually need to go a little bit further along. And this next one is a potentially really interesting challenge, because it makes you... well, you'll see. Once we're here, we can just hop down to it and activate. So, this is Defender. Keep at least one undead soldier alive throughout the time limit. Bonus souls will be rewarded for each undead soldier that survives. That really should be bonus souls will be awarded. Rewarded doesn't actually make sense there. So, here are our friends. They have little markers above their heads so you know they're friends and you can't actually do damage to them. This can be an interesting one, because a lot of demon soldiers spawn in and immediately your friends go off and each one goes to a different corner of the arena to attack them. What your first order of service here should be is go around and kill all of these demons. This one is much easier if everyone's clustered together. It doesn't seem like that should be the case, but it is. You can defend them much more easily if you're actually up next to all of them. Kill all the demons that appear here, and as you're noticing, we've now got 4 of them with us. Generally, the undead soldiers will then group up on you, and you can deal with things in a much narrower area. Here we go, much better. So, the Scythe is hugely your friend here, because it can just deal not only area of effect damage, but knockback damage, which is great for if it looks like one of your lads is struggling, you just knock these guys away, and then you can deal with them while they're on the ground. Have we dealt with everyone? Oh, there's still a couple more of our dudes over there. Come on, guys, come over here. Oh, some guys were clearly in the process of spawning in. Anyway, we need to defend them for 4 minutes, and that's a long time, so I will put the speeder on, I think. There we go, I think we should be fine. Shame I lost one along the way, I was hoping to hold on to all 6. But yeah, my main advice for this one is don't go out looking for enemies. Stay near your buddies and wait for enemies to come to you. It's not about killing enemies, it's about defending them. So yeah, that should be the main focus. We got 5 out of 6, that's pretty good. That gets us at least 1,000 extra souls. With that done, let's destroy the Watcher. And grab our various bits of healing and head out. Now from here we can head relatively easily to the one I pointed out a little bit earlier, which is inside the building. For getting up there we just need to head to the southernmost of the 2 buildings, and then it's as simple as just go up the stairs and it's up there. And this next one is potentially the most straightforward of them. So this one is Wrath of War. Kill 30 enemies using Chaos Form. A lot of this actually just depends on how charged your Chaos Form is as you go into it. They provide you a lot of small enemies to build up Chaos Form with anyway. There we go. And I believe during this arena you actually build up quicker anyway. One thing you can do there is you notice I got 2 enemies killed from just appearing into Chaos form. That can be really handy. You kind of want the enemies bunched up when you turn into Chaos form, so don't turn into Chaos form unless you are surrounded, because as you will have noticed, you're not that fast in Chaos form, so it's all really about how quickly you can get to enemies once you Chaos up. As you should be able to take out, aim for 10 enemies each time you use Chaos form, and then you should be fine. Here, now it's just about charging it up. I'm going to try and take out the Shadow Casters a bit soon. Damn, didn't mean to use Blade Geezer there. I'm going to try and focus on them because they can be really problematic if they interrupt your combos and do a lot of stuff which just makes everything a lot harder. So there's one, and our Chaos is nearly charged. Ooh, that was nice. Let's hit this one as well. Come on, you little bastard. Ow! God, they're so annoying. There we go. Wonderful. Chaos up. I said Chaos up. Wonderful. So that's 11, 12, 13. No, not 13. Interesting. There we go. Let's do that one in. Wow, our Chaos is depleting really fast. Come on. Come on. Do some good damage, will you? I want to get up to 20 this run. Oh, God. I'm going to have to do another couple of runs. You've got time for it. Like, you have got bags of time here. I think those Shadow Casters, unfortunately, really limited my ability to build up Chaos. But here, when you're just, like, surrounded by enemies, whirlwind combo, you'll charge your Chaos again within seconds. And they know that. That's why they design it this way. I'm going to put the speeder on for the remainder of it, I think. Ah, bloody hell. There we go. I was really worried I was going to finish that last Chaos form there on 29, which would be infuriating. Right, my health is actually alright, but I'm going to heal up Wrath because I use Stone Skin quite a lot there. And, oh, fucking might as well heal while I'm here. And let's head to the final one. Oh shit, I may have not. Oh no, I did heal fine. So the final one is where we got the Bloodforged Abyssal Armor earlier, which makes me realise now I probably could have combined those two, but I didn't. Let's swim over there. So this is what I drew attention to earlier. You can see things that are in the Shadow Realm when you're in the normal realm, but they look all shadowy. And later, and then you know that when you get the ability to see into the Shadow Realm, something's going to be there, and indeed this was. This final one can be problematic. It's probably the hardest of them, and there is a relatively solid chance of fail. As in, not solid, but is the one you are most likely to fail. So this is World of Pain. Kill 15 enemies using environmental attacks. So my advice for this one is kind of like the block counter one of rough enemies up to the point where they are only needing one B hit to finish them off, then grab a car and launch it at them. If you can, use the right stick to aim, because L targeting can sometimes be a bit dodgy, so yeah, you're not roughed up enough yet. Cool. 15, oh shit, 15 is quite tough to do in the time limit, so, well, we'll see how I do. Speeder on, please. I was relatively close, only had a minute left there. You'll notice when the side demon appeared, I actually... Oh, usually it kills all of them when the thing appears. When the side demon appears, I actually fired up Chaos Form and just killed it. Oh, Possession! So, this is a consumable which instantly increases War's Chaos level to maximum. So it's just kind of like one-off thing, which is pretty nice. Yeah, you aren't going to basically... The chances of taking out a side demon with an environmental object is so low, you actually just want to kill it just to get it out of the way. Chaos Form is about the fastest way of doing that. With that done, got all 4 of the Shadow Challenges done, so let's head back to the Gatekeeper.
ancestors praise you. Soon we will be free.
So, in return for that, we get a piece of Bloodforced Abyssal Armor, which brings us up to 5, I think, now? Which is pretty good, halfway there. So, I think we'll hold the episode there. Oh, there's a bloody demon, fuck off. It is fun to occasionally use the Earthcaller horn in combat. It's not very useful, but it's fun to just go BWAH! Occasionally and hand zimmer them over. Anyway, we'll hold there, so thank you very much for watching. We've come here to the Drowned Pass and opened the way. Next episode, we'll be going forward to confront the Black Hammer and open our way to the Hollows. Thank you very much, and good day.